everybody. It is True Beauty Forever, and I just wanted to give you all a little bit of advice on my freshman year in college. You guys really liked my last advice video, so I thought this one would really be helpful. Shout out to my best friend Drea2892. I'll put a link right here to her channel. She's the one who gave me this idea, and I wanted to do this because, you know, when you make some transitions in your life, you know, you're either gonna do well or not so well. And a lot of my friends said that you know, they didn't have any regrets. They had a great year. They met a lot of people. They did new things, and you know, they didn't regret anything about their year. But knowing me, I did do some not so smart things, and not anything crazy or anything. I'm not a crazy person, but yeah, so I've made a few mistakes, and I just wanted to share them with the incoming freshmen, college freshmen, or you know, if you're going to school for the first time, so that you can learn from my mistakes. Because trust me, they weren't huge mistakes, but they did cost me. And oh, and congratulations to all the class of 2011. Good job, you guys. I know you're probably super happy to be done with school, because I know I was. So yeah, let's get started. But my first mistake that I made was I didn't try to make any friends. I'm really shy. I know I say that a lot, but you know, in case somebody's watching this didn't know, I'm shy, so it's hard for me to just walk up to a stranger and talk to them. But my sister is complete opposite. Like, she's bubbly and outgoing and stuff, and it would be nothing for her to strike up a conversation with somebody that she doesn't know. For me, I'm working on that, but still, I don't just go up to people and introduce myself and whatnot. So you prevent yourself from meeting people like that. I also didn't do many school, like if stuff was happening at school, like a lot of stuff is gonna happen on your campus, parties, club organizations, fundraisers and stuff, and there's gonna be plenty of opportunities for you to meet a lot of people at school. If you don't get involved with your school, you know, you're not gonna be meeting people, because this is, college is not like high school. You know, people aren't just gonna walk up to you and, you know, make friends with you, especially if you go to a commuter campus like I do. My campus does have dorms, but it's a non-traditional campus, and that means like a lot of the people that go to the school are like adults that are like going back to school, and they have kids and they work, so they're going and then they go home. Or people that are in the local area and they go to class and they go straight home. They're really not going to be trying to like make friends with you as much. So you gotta be able to just, you know, step out of your zone and, you know, introduce yourself to people. Okay, another thing that I did is I love being alone. I love my own space. I love being to myself. I can stay to myself. I could go a day without speaking a word to anybody and say I had a great day and stuff. So another thing that I did was I ate lunch by myself. Like, there was a cafeteria. There's one building that's just like a hangout building. That's where the food is, and there's 3 floors, and the first floor is just people waiting for classes and stuff to go by, and then the second floor is like the cafeteria. I would always go get my food, but then come right back downstairs and just eat by myself. And not only would I eat by myself, but I would go to an area in the school where I was just off in a little corner, so I wouldn't have to be around other people. So that really prevented me from meeting a lot of great people. And you know, I actually didn't even meet many people until the end of the school year. And the people that I met are really amazing people. Like, they've taught me a lot. Most of my friends are not freshmen, they're upperclassmen or sophomores and stuff, so they gave me a lot of insight and stuff, and that would have been really helpful throughout the year. But you know, I didn't go branch out and meet people. So yeah, that was my first mistake that I made. Number 2 is I didn't budget my money well, and I didn't spend it wisely. And you know, there's a lot of crazy stories that I've heard. I think in 17 magazine, one of the magazines that I read, they had kids making kind of dumb mistakes, a lot dumber than mine, I think. But you know, some kids that stay on the dorms, their parents let them save up their money and take all of their money with them or something like that. And I've heard stories of kids spending like $3,000 or $4,000 on clothes and stuff, and then they are SOL when they're out of money. So I've heard of people doing that, and like, I don't know, buying stuff they don't really need, or buying stuff that's really expensive. I didn't do anything like that. I did go eat lunch at school, and you know, stuff that's at school is going to be more expensive than the same exact thing that's in the grocery store. So I could have saved a lot of money by like going to the grocery store and getting lunches, because I spent about 20 to 30 bucks a week on school lunches, and I didn't get a full-out lunch either. Like, I would have a muffin and apple juice, or a pizza and an apple. So but doing that Monday through Friday, and it's overpriced stuff, that adds up. So that was about 20 to 30 bucks a week. And I had other finances to take care of too, like gas, and other things. When I wanted to hang out and stuff, I had to pay for that myself. So I wasted a lot of money when I could have saved all that money by packing lunches or going to cheaper alternatives and stuff. So just think about how you spend your money. It doesn't seem like, oh, it's only $2-3, but that stuff starts adding up. And actually every month something came up that I wasn't expecting to spend money on in my budget, like people's birthdays or hanging out with friends and stuff. And I would have to borrow money from my mom. She did not like that. So it was almost like, and it actually got to the point where I owed her so much money that every time I got paid, I would just give my paycheck to her, because that's how much I ended up owing her. So yeah, that was my second mistake. And then my third mistake, which was the most costly mistake, was I wasn't my own advocate for school. I don't know about your high school, but my high school, you know, if you had any bug fixes in your if you had any like problems with your schedule or your classes, your grades and stuff, the school would kind of force us to fix our schedules and stuff. Not so much grades, but yeah, the school made us fix our schedules. They would help us with it. It's not like that in college. You could sit in a class the whole semester and not even be registered for that class, and they might not tell you. So you have to really definitely be your own advocate for classes. And one of the mistakes I made was I just depended on the school. I just thought, you know, my school's gonna help me out, they're gonna steer me in the right path. Really, I can't speak for all schools, but my school, they don't care about whether you make it or not, as long as they get their money. I did go out and seek help from the school, making my class schedule, because, you know, being a freshman, I didn't know anything about what classes I was supposed to take, and you know, how many I should take and whatnot. Now, the average load for a full-time student is 12 to 13 credits. You know, usually freshmen don't take any more than that, because that's like about 4 to 5 classes, which college work can be more hectic than high school work. But the school actually gave me about 15 to 16 credits, and I had no clue that I wasn't supposed to be taking that many classes. And I even got help from other students at the school and the school guidance counselors, and they were like, oh yeah, that's a perfect schedule. And it ended up being way too much work for me, and I actually failed a class. So yeah, I should have did my own research to see how many classes and stuff I should have taken, instead of, you know, trusting in the school, because you really got to be your own advocate out there, because the school really doesn't care that I failed the class, because, you know, they still got the money. And then so the second semester I said, okay, well, I took way too many classes first semester, so this semester I'm not going to take, but I'm going to be a part-time student, so take less than 12 to 13 credits. And I went back to the school for help, which, you know, you would think I would have learned the first time, but I didn't. Went back to the school for help, and I'm double majoring. I'm majoring in English and education, and the school for some reason wants me to take my English classes first. So they put me in this linguistics class, which to me, linguistics was so hard and I hated it. But, you know, if you're going to be an English major, you got to know the English language. So, but anyways, yeah, they put me in a linguistics class. Now, usually for colleges and universities, classes go by level. So being that I'm a freshman, they should have put me in like linguistics 100 or 100 level class. But they said, oh, well, this is going towards your major. And they put me in an almost 300 level class of linguistics, which linguistics is hard already. But for them to put me in an almost junior class, like I was the only freshman in my class. And the school, I was like, you know, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job or anything, but I think that I'm supposed to be in like a 100 level class. And they said, well, you know, you have to take this class to graduate eventually anyway, so you just go on ahead and take it. So I tried to start seeking tutoring help pretty early on in the course because it was hard. And the school, you know, says, oh yes, we have the best tutors and our kids pay for tuition. We pay for our tutors and our tuition. But the school never ever tried to give me tutoring. I would go back every single week and ask them when they would have a new tutor, but they never came through. And I did not do well in that class either. So that was the most costly thing, because now that's going to take longer for me to graduate, and being that I'm double majoring, I'm already going to be in school long enough. Just make sure that you don't just depend on the school for help, because really the only thing they care about is the money. So yeah, those are my regrets. Try to step out of your comfort zone, because you know this is a new experience in your life. You should be excited about it, and you know you want to do new things, being that it's a new experience. If you step out of your comfort zone, you never know where it'll take you, and most of the time it'll take you in a better state than what you were in before. For example, like I said, I didn't really reach out to people, but one thing that I did do was I joined a group at my school, and that's the only way I met people, because that's the only way I communicated with people at my school. And that group actually helped me to start, you know, being more open to talking to other people and not being so afraid to do that. So that was like really a great thing for me to do. So it's really hard to step out your comfort zone. It's really good for you to do it, because you know you never know what could happen if you don't try. So, and if you don't try it, you could regret it later in life. Another suggestion I have is to try to join a school club. Be involved in your school in some kind of way. You're going to be there for years, so you might as well, you know, try to do something. Like I said, I joined the group at my school. It's actually University Christian Fellowship, and I met so many amazing people through that group. I've had so many fun experiences. You know, you don't have to necessarily join a group. You could get a school job, like be a DA, or you know, something involved with your school, because that's also going to look good when you get done with school and try to apply for a job. They want to know, okay, well, yeah, you did go to school, but what else did you do? Did you do anything else with your life? The other thing is budget your money well. Just like, one thing that I would do is I would carry the exact amount of change that I needed, but I would put like $5 or $10 in my car. So if like I had to get something else, I could run to my car to get it. But you know, you're gonna be less likely to run to your car to get some money when you are about to buy something you know you shouldn't. So yeah, that's one thing that I did. If you're living on campus, you know, that's a whole nother story, because you're gonna want to buy clothes. Sometimes you're gonna want to go out to, I don't know, you're just gonna have more instances where you can go buy stuff. You know, just really be careful. So yeah, that's my advice with that. And then just be your own advocate. Another piece of advice: do not act stupid and belligerently drunk. And just because you move away to college doesn't mean you need to start getting drunk and having sex and doing drugs and stuff. Just because they're a few miles away from home, they think that's an excuse to act like their parents didn't raise them with class and stuff. Some of my friends acted like civilized human beings, but a lot of my friends did some really stupid stuff. And I know if they wouldn't have stopped doing the stuff that they were doing, they would have severely regretted it. Because, you know, your one night stand could end up being you being pregnant and changing your whole life. Like, it's just crazy what some people do. I mean, like, if you're doing drugs and stuff and you get caught, you'll become a felon and you'll never get a good job being, it's gonna be hard to get a good job being a felon. You know, you drinking too much at a party could lead to you dying from alcohol poisoning, all because you were trying to be cool and have fun and live in the moment and stuff. So, I mean, just don't forget the person you are, and don't act stupid and stuff just because everybody else in college is acting dumb and getting drunk and stuff. Don't blend in with stupidity. Just be yourself. And, you know, I'm not saying don't party or anything, but just don't be stupid and do stuff that you'll regret. Don't post pictures of yourself on the internet and stuff. Just don't do stupid stuff, because I can't stand when people do stupid stuff like that. Like, what's the point? Oh, last piece of advice: don't skip class. I've never been, like, in high school, I never skipped a day of class in my life, I swear. In college, I may have skipped once or twice, but it's really, 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 really bad to skip. Do not skip and think that you're gonna pass the class. If you skip the class like 10 times and stuff, there's no way. College is too much stuff. Like, in high school, you go over a chapter maybe a month. In college, you go over 3 chapters or more in 1 month. There's no way you're going to be able to keep up with all of the school work and do the best you can do if you're skipping and going to sleep and you should be in class. It's just not going to work. So yeah, that's my advice for you all. And congratulations again to the people graduating, and yeah, and congratulations to all the incoming freshmen and all the people who are going to school for the first time. And I wish you all the best of luck. And if you all have any experiences that you want to share down below, just comment down below and tell me. So thank you so much for watching.